It started with a letter, a chilling confession, a taunt to police ... and a puzzle for the world. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer, one of the most infamous, taunting, and elusive serial killers in American history. And to this day, no one knows who he really was. The terror began on December 20, 1968, in Vallejo, California. A teenage couple, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, were shot and killed on a quiet lover's lane. No suspects, no leads. 6 months later, it happened again. Each began the same way. This is the Zodiac speaking. July 4, 1969, Arlene Ferrin and Mike Mago were attacked in a parked car. Mike survived and gave police their first description: a man in his late 20s to early 30s, stocky build, short brown hair. Just days after the second attack, letters arrived at 3 newspapers. He claimed responsibility for the murders, and he included something else: cryptic ciphers. Symbols and codes he said would reveal his identity if anyone could solve them. One cipher, the 408-character puzzle, was cracked by a school teacher and his wife, but instead of a name, it was a disturbing manifesto. On September 27, 1969, he approached a young couple at Lake Berryessa wearing a black hood and a strange symbol on his chest. "I like killing people because it is so much fun." And he had a disturbing history. The Zodiac's attacks became more theatrical. This time, the Zodiac left behind fingerprints, eyewitnesses, and even mailed a piece of the victim's bloody shirt. He tied them up and stabbed them. Only the woman died. Then he calmly called the police and reported his own crime. 2 weeks later, in San Francisco, a cab driver named Paul Stein was shot in the head. Police investigated dozens of suspects. One stood out: Arthur Lee Allen. He wore a Zodiac brand watch. He lived near the crime scenes. But the evidence never stuck. Handwriting didn't match. Fingerprints were inconclusive. Other theories began to emerge: that the Zodiac was a military code breaker, a disgruntled loner, or maybe more than one person. Despite decades of investigation, no one was ever charged. The Zodiac Killer sent at least 7 confirmed letters. He's officially linked to 5 murders, but he claimed 37. In 2020, one of his longest ciphers, the 340-character code, was finally cracked by amateur code breakers after 51 years. It read, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me." But once again, no name, no arrest, just more questions. A killer who toyed with the media, mocked the police, and vanished without a trace. Who was the Zodiac Killer? Maybe we'll never know. If you found this story chilling, consider subscribing for more real-life mysteries and unsolved cases. Because sometimes, the most terrifying stories are the ones that never find an ending.